Hi guys, I'm Beth and welcome back to my channel. Today is the first Saturday of the month, which means it's time to update you for my Crafty Goals collab with Amalia. And a little backstory, at the beginning of the year, there was a group of crafters and we all set some crafty goals for ourselves, and then each month we come back and report on our channels how we have done working towards those goals. So it's just a great way to kind of help us make crafting a priority, and then everybody's got like different goals within that, like different sub goals within that. So this is my progress report for September, because I had to remember what month we're in. And real quick, I just wanted to kind of jump on and kind of introduce myself and the video and share one of my favorite sweatshirts that I made at the end of last year and didn't get to wear very often. But it says, "I might look like I'm listening to you, but in my head, I am crafting." And I catch myself doing that all the time. So anyway, just real quick before I jump in and share with you my actual progress data for September, I did want to share that something new that's kind of happening in my life is that we have decided to start homeschooling as of this coming Monday, October 5th. I know if you watched I think it was the August video where I was talking about my July goal progress, and my girls had just gone back to school. I had talked about homeschool, we had tossed around the idea of homeschooling, but wasn't sure if it was something we wanted to get into. Well, ultimately we decided that if we wanted to try it, this would probably be a good year to try it, since it's not a normal school year in many respects, and at this point it would be a shorter year since we've already finished the first quarter of school. So anyway, I'll talk about that a little bit more as to how it impacts my goals, but just wanted to kind of explain that a little bit more to you here. But all right, we will now jump in and see my progress. Okay, so here are my stats for this month. My first goal is to use up at least one pad or collection each month, and I did use one in September. It was the 8x8 pad Mischief Manor, and I used this for the Smash That Small paper pad collaboration. And I did a video on that, so I will link that in the description box below if you missed that one. And I am almost finished with my Pinkaboo pad, but that will be finished up here at the beginning of October. The second goal is to use up at least one embellishment from my stash, and I've been trying to focus on older embellishments, but not always. And I actually used up 5 different ones this month. I finished off a roll of purple and white ribbon. I used 2 packages of rub-ons. They were Halloween themed rub-ons. Some Christmas tags. And then I had some random, they were from a pack. They were like ephemera pieces from an old Halloween kit that I had, and so I finished off all of those on some cards as well. So I counted those all as like one pack of embellishments. Goal number 3 is to complete at least 5 personal scrapbook pages each month, and I did 6. And zoom you out for a sec. So I, always do more than one layout so that my daughters and I can each have our own copies. And I did like a random baking event with my oldest, Ellie, and I was trying to pick one that would be, I guess, easy to use, because there was a point, it was like September 30th, and I had only done 4 scrapbook pages, so I wanted to at least get 5, and so I was going through 2013 pictures looking for something that would be easy to scrapbook, and ran across this event, and it was just cute because this was Ellie's first time baking cookies, and we were actually taking the easy route and using some frozen cookie dough we got from a fundraiser. But the funny part was she enjoyed scooping it out just so it could go into her mouth instead of on the sheet pan. But So I used up some stuff from my stash on this one. It was a double-sided sheet of paper. It had the kind of the cooking related words on one side and the green polka dot on the other. And then this was just another random sheet in my stash of the chocolate chips. Since we were making chocolate chip cookies, I thought that was appropriate. And then I also used some stickers that were from my stash, but I finished off this sticker sheet with it had the chef's hat, the baker's hat, and then the sheet of cookies, and then the mixer, the measuring cup, and these little eggs that I had on both layouts. So used up pretty much 2 sheets of paper and then a full sheet of stickers and then parts of some other sticker sheets. This was layouts that I've already, I mentioned them in the Stick Your Side of Crafting because it used up some old pastelish Halloween related stickers. So that was Halloween 2013, and then this was Halloween 2013 as well. And this didn't really use up anything just yet, but it got me some extra pages. So 6 pages, all from 2013, so that was nice. Goal number 4 was to make at least 10 Christmas cards and that's mainly for the 10 on the 10th card collab. And I made these, and again, there's a video for that, so I will link that below. Use up at least 1 sticker sheet. I used 14. It was a good month for sticker sheets. Now, some of these were planner stickers as well, because I went ahead at the end of September, or the weekend, this past weekend, which would have been the end of September, I kind of went through and decorated my October in my planner. I always try to do that at the beginning of the month, just go ahead and decorate the whole month. And so some of these are planner sticker sheets, but then some of them I did use, like I used this in Stick Your Side of Crafting, that one in Stick Your Side of Crafting, planner stickers, planner stickers, planner stickers. These were all like scrapbooking stickers that I used in my planner. These were old calendar or page a day calendar pages that had fall stickers. And then I used up a whole bunch of like little bits and pieces of sticker sheets that I had left that I didn't even count towards my total. This was Christmas words that I used on my 10 on the 10th. I used these Halloween ones on my Stick Your Side of Crafting, and then this was the sticker sheet that I used up on that baking layout. And so I didn't have it done in time for Stick Your Side of Crafting, so it is in my total of used up items. Clean my craft studio, I did. We started it at the end of August. The girls had cleaned their portion. I hadn't cleaned mine. So I went through and did a good cleaning of everything in September. So that felt good and I'm glad I did it because now we're kind of getting into a busier season. And so maybe the last time my craft room gets a really good cleaning before the end of the year, but we'll see. Use up 1 upcycle item from my stash. So these are things that I've picked up at like garage sales or thrift stores, or on clearance, like alterable items that I picked up on clearance at a craft store. And I'm not always, as you can see, I'm not always great about using these throughout the year, but this month I did use some. Usually when I have check marks, it's because I've put it in a paper craft that I've made, like Post-it notepads that I've stocked up on, or other notepads from the Dollar Tree, pencils for pencil packs. Nail files was something I'd used this year because I made some little nail file holders earlier. So it's usually things like that, but this month I actually used some true alterable items. So one of the check marks is I did use some Halloween pencils up from my stash, but the other thing is I have made a couple of decor items. So this was just a wood plaque. I don't know where it came from, Michael's maybe, I'm not sure. But it was just a square wood plaque that kind of has a routed edge here on the top. And I was looking for a platform to just kind of raise something up in my craft room. It was a pumpkin that I had made, and I just wanted it to sit up, or it was a piece of pumpkin decor. And I wanted it to sit up just a little bit higher so it balanced with what was next to it. And so I remembered that I had some of these plaques in my stash, and so I just painted it up with white and then added some black paint around the edges to distress it, and then I just used Mod Podge to apply some gray check paper on the top. And so now it makes just a nice little low riser for a pumpkin. The next thing I did, because I want some taller riser, pieces too, or like candle holder type items. And when I was looking for the plaques that were in my stash, I ran across this spool which had clothespins on it. So it was meant to be one of those, it had like clothespins and the rope. So it's meant to be one of those things that you can string up and then pin pictures or cards or artwork or whatever. It's just kind of, you make a garland with the rope and the pins, and then you can attach your, just kind of, hang your pictures or whatever it is that you want to hang on that garland. And so I took all of the rope and the clothespins off, just kind of unwound it, and then just wanted to use the spool. So I took the spool, painted it gray. It's kind of like a gray chalk paint that I used. And then took some white and kind of dry brushed it to give it kind of more of an aged, distressed look. And then just took some separate jute rope that I had in my stash and hot glued it around the base there just to give it some more texture. So again, I have a pumpkin sitting on it just to kind of change the heights of things. And then the third decor item that I used, I haven't finished it yet, but I do have it glued up. This is another plaque that I got in my stash, and it's actually from Goodwill. I remember seeing the tag on this one. And then these, sometimes I just decide to go through my husband's scrap bins in the barn before he burns them and see if there's anything that I could use just for any of the projects that I'm doing. So he had these wood circles, and my initial thought was that if I glued them together, that maybe we could route not a full hole, but like an indentation in it, route into the top of the pile, and it would be like a pillar holder with an indentation in the top that you could actually sit the candle down in the holder a little bit. But it wasn't very wide, so it would have held a votive, but it wouldn't have held I think these are I think smaller than a 3-inch pillar type candle. So it didn't work for that. But it did work. I remembered I had this round plaque, and so I thought, okay, well, I can just make a stand, And so I glued 4 of the round pieces together, and I didn't even know what these came out of. They came out of the center of something that he had cut. And so I just took 4 of them, glued them together with some wood glue, and then clamped it so that they would stay tight while the glue dried. And then did the same process using wood glue to glue on my plaque here. And so then what I'm going to come in and do is take some white chalk paint and paint it, and then I'll probably distress it. I don't know if I'll use the black like this one or if I want to use brown. It depends on where I'm going to put it. So anyway, 3 items that I used from my stash to make some decor pieces rather than going out and buying something new. So that was it was a good use it up month for me, other than just paper. So the next goal number 8 was figure out how to organize my daughter's craft supplies. I did finish that goal back in March, so that's why that's blacked out. Goal number 9 is to finish scrapping 2012 and 13 pictures by the end of 2020. And all 6 of the pages that I did this month were they were from 2013. Goal number 10 is to develop kits to help use up my paper and supplies without me actually having to use them. Just to come up with some quicker ways that I can burn through stash without having to take time to actually make things with them. And so I had come up with the idea of making some card kits to sell, and I did that back in the spring for it was an all occasion card kit, but it also included a Mother's Day and a Father's Day card. And then I decided in August that I wanted to do some Halloween card kits, but I didn't get around to picking paper until towards the end of September. So I've come up with some card designs that I think I can use and the paper that I want to use, and so now it's just a matter of actually putting the kits together. And so I did give myself a check because I did make progress towards another kit, and then hopefully I'll have another check in October actually having made the kits, and then I also hope to do some Christmas card kits as well. Goal number 11, these next two get into kind of like some business goals. Goal number 11 is to create at least 10 blocks or block sets per week, and this is for the craft business that my husband and I have together. Actually, that's where Bourbon Creek Crafts came from. And I've been pretty bad about making blocks these past few months just because I didn't think we were going to have any craft shows this fall. Turns out we have one craft show that was originally scheduled for the week before Thanksgiving inside, has been rescheduled for October 10th outside. So we will have one in-person craft show event, and then we're going to have two virtual ones, and then one was canceled completely. So the virtual ones is, they are going to promote all of the vendors and then have kind of a virtual storefront or a database where people can search for handmade cards or furniture or knitted items, kind of like that. And then the vendors that provide those will come up, and then they can click those. We would be a clickable link that a shopper can click into and then go into our online store, like our own online store. So that'll be kind of nice. I don't know how well that will do compared to in-person shows, but still it's a way to get our items out there and hopefully bring in some revenue. So anyway, the past couple months I've been pretty bad about motivation for making the blocks because I didn't want to have to make them all up and just sit on them for another 6 months. But since I found out we are having some type of craft shows, I did get back into it this month, and I made 75 blocks or sets, so that was good. Goal number 12 is to average at least 3 videos per week for this YouTube channel. And I had a total of 16 for September, so I hit that mark. And then I also did an extra 4 videos for the Scrapping for Less channel as well. So in total, I made about 20 videos. And then goal number 14 was kind of added later, and it is to use up at least one card kit a month. And I did not use one in September, mainly because I was trying to focus on fall Halloween and I didn't have any more kits that were related to that. I'd already used them up. So I didn't use one this month. So the basic stats here, cards made, I made 160 cards this month. I donated or sent out only 4. I was kind of bad about this month. And I sent some other things out, but like my daughters drew pictures for my dad, and so I sent those in lieu of a card. And then I talked to several people this month instead of sending cards, but I did send some kind of thinking of you cards to some people who are struggling, so it averages out to about 1 a week. I made the 6 scrapbook pages, I did 20 videos, and then 75 block sets. So those are the stats that I kind of want to see just to check my progress throughout the year. So looking forward to October, I mentioned in the opening part of my video that we are starting to homeschool, and that is going to start this coming Monday. My daughter's last day of public school was yesterday, Friday, and we have some craft shows coming up, and just this fall, winter tends to be when our online sales pick up, and the sales in the boutique that we have some stuff for sale in our area. So with all that, there's just going to be a lot going on. So I don't know that I will burn through things as quickly as much as I have so far this year, but I've already done 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 11, 14, 15. I've already used 15 paper pads this year already, and I have 3 months left to go. So as long as I can get through one pad these next 3 months, whether that's my small paper pad or my 12 by 12, one of those that I'm working on, if I can get through at least one of those per month, I will be happy. And then embellishments and stickers. And I'm still going to be using things because I have to make items for craft shows. So I will still be using things, but it's just going to be more of a focused effort on craft show inventory, or, you know, order completion instead of just trying to get things used up. So I know I will still be completing some of these goals, just trying to prep for craft shows and orders, but that's kind of my hurdles and my challenges for the coming 3 months are just adding homeschooling. I have no idea how much time. I mean, I know that's going to take most of my day, but I don't know how much time I will have to, you know, work on the business and stuff beyond that. And then a lot of the business time I have will be going towards craft show and order prep. So that's kind of what I'm facing for October. And so for this last 3 months, I don't really know what to expect. It's kind of unknown. I don't know how sales are going to be this winter, you know, because of just the people having lost jobs or being furloughed, or just money being poured into recovery from all of the stuff that's been going on this year. I don't know how much people are going to be shopping. I don't know how much our stuff will actually get out there. I have no idea. So that is what I know for the next 3 months, and there's still a lot of unknown. So we'll keep you posted. I hope that you all are doing good on any of the goals you set. Be sure to check out all of the other participants in this collaboration down in the description box below. See how they've done on their goals. Give them some love and some encouragement as well. And if you have made any progress on your goals, I would love to hear that. I always love to hear how you guys are doing, and I'm excited that there are a lot of you that have started kind of just, you know, you've come up with some kind of goals and you're tracking them on your own. I do love that. So thank you guys so much for your time today, and I hope you're all having a very crafty day.